Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, agents. I'm Manicore, and this is a Let's Talk on the Division. Today, we are going to talk about the top 5 things you should be doing in the game to prepare for 1.4. I know that a lot of you are simply just hanging out playing other games like Destiny and Battlefield or whatever it is that you're currently playing, and you're not playing the Division, but that is great. That is good. You should be doing that, and you can do that. But for the 1.4 patch, my suggestions will help you to be better ready for the 1.4 release. Well, I guess it could be, a good way of preparing as any. Now, let's go ahead and get into the top 5, starting with the top 5 thing. And coming in at number 5, the number 5 thing you should be doing is gathering Division Tech in the Dark Zone. This can be through collecting Division Tech at the boxes, or by extracting them through the special cases, or just from killing bosses in there. I would recommend just trying to get the max number, which is 999, or somewhere close if you can. This is mainly because while gear sets are being lowered to the 229 gear score max, the high-end items will remain where they are. So go ahead and doing a blueprint for a 229, if they do have 229 items. I have no idea, so I don't know, but the 204 items are going to definitely be very comparable to what we're doing. And who knows if those are going to stay the same. But what I'm saying is that they've got to have blueprints. They're going to be crafting, and you're going to be able to craft high-end items. And what we want is we want to have 999, so we can convert those to whatever we want to convert them to, and basically build up so that you are ready to have like a chest piece, with Reckless on it, or a pair of gloves with scavenging on it, or not scavenging, scavenging, with whatever it is that whatever it is. I can't remember what it is. It's savage gloves. That's what it is. Remember, green items, you need a set to get a bonus, but each of the high-end items has its own perk on it. So it would be well within the realm of having high-end items mixed with gear sets to make top builds. That's very cool to know, and it's very possible that what we get is 229 high-end items, and those 229 high-end items will probably be somewhere in the area of just as good as doing a full gear set, because you need multiple pieces of a gear set to get a perk. So if you're running with 6 high-end items, you're going to have 6 perks already. So that's just something to think about. So let's go ahead and move on to number 4. In the number 4 spot, weapon farming. Most likely you have been doing this already, but weapons are still going to play a huge part in the Division, especially the 229 weapons that you have in your inventory now, because I think the only thing they're changing is the gear score, so on the gear sets. So I don't think they're going to change 229 weapons and bring those down. So making sure that you have the best and highest rolls on all these will ensure that when 1.4 patch drops, you'll be ready to swap out weapons at a moment's notice. Also, they're going to be balancing the weapons, so you need to understand that weapons are going to change. So we need to know, have the most weapons on hand, so that when you get it, you will be happy with some of the rolls that you got. And also in line with number 5 is that weapons, are going to be in that range. So you're going to want to be able to roll the blueprints on them, whether they're 204 or 229, whatever blueprints we get, you're going to want to go ahead and craft some of those. So keep in mind that you want to be getting that number 5, the Division Tech. So coming in at number 3 is the fact that you should be clearing out and trying to finish up any outstanding side missions, gathering all the extra bits and baubles like cell phones and drones, and just making it easier on yourself to make 1.4 roaming easier. You will get achievements from doing all this as well, and what's good is if you clear it out now, most likely they're going to be level 30s, level 31s, level 32s at the max. You're not going to have to deal with the max level 34, level 33s when you go ahead and level up and you bring that tier to the top thing. And it might be beneficial though to go ahead and just leave it and do it after the patch, but I would do it before, just to go ahead and do that. You can go ahead and save the other ones for your alts and stuff like that. So number 2, you should be gathering gear sets. I have no clue, and neither does anyone else, how the 1.4 update will affect your stat roll on gear. So having full sets of gear that you can go ahead and have sitting around that will be ready to go and create builds with is going to be important in the long run, because we have no idea what they're going to change on the gear sets. We won't know the stats, if anything of the stats are going to change. My theory is that they're going to remove scavenging. I have no idea, don't quote me on that, but we won't know what the stats are going to be, and which ones are going to be important. And I can say with almost a 100% certainty that they aren't going to give you a free reroll on your current items. So you may be out of luck on that sense and being able to reroll those. This way you are ready to start rerolling a full gear set if need be from the items that you have in in your stash. My suggestion would be to get at least 4 pieces of each of the gear sets that you want, and if they change the set, you'll be ready with another one to get out on the road and get going with this new reroll. Finally, the number one thing that you should be doing, the one thing that I can recommend highly, and I have been doing it myself, is that you should be going out and building up a new character and leveling up your new characters, whether it's 1, whether it's 2. We have no idea how easy or how hard it's going to be with the new stuff in place in 1.4 on how it's going to be to reroll a new character with the new patch. I would personally save 1 so you can go through the game with that new character and see what's kind of the changes are in 1.4 and how they affect the overall gameplay of 1 through 30, if it does at all. So it could be exponentially easier right now with a friend who has a max gear score to roll their character through and get them to kind of power level you in the game. Doing this will also, help you to collect any additional supply drops for those, because you can use your alternate character to do supply drops. And as we're nearing, the first of the month of October, you're going to get 2 more supply drops or 3 more supply drops based on how many alts that you have. And this is going to be huge if you have the season pass. And it's going to give you much needed space in your backpack for those who are already at the max space and need a few more slots for storage as well on those alt characters. So even if you just have a level 4 or a regular level character that you can transfer stuff to, I've transferred a lot of stuff in between different characters that I don't want to keep in my stash, and it gives you, an extra 36 slots or whatever it is to go ahead and put more stuff into those characters if you're not going to use them to level up. So for me, I try and use my additional agents to achieve different builds or to test builds on my main. Ideally, I keep all of them, all of my crafting blueprints on my main. That way I don't have to worry about getting division tech or anything else on those characters, just on my main. And if you haven't gotten your agent up to level 30 yet, you have about a month to do so before 1.4 drops and we find out that all your hard work you did was for naught. Anyways, this has been my time. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like on this video. I'm going to be having more division content come out. As you noticed, I'm trying to filter in a few drops here and there of different other content as we go along. Feel free to watch those. Those are really cool videos. Please. I'm just kidding. You don't have to watch them if you don't want them. You can stick to the division videos. That's totally fine. Other people watch them. Other people comment on them. And, that's just what it is. So, go ahead and subscribe to our channel for more helpful content, news about 1.4. We'll report any news as it's released and get you the information needed, hopefully before anyone else. For all of us here at Division Let's Talk, I'm Mountie Carl, and we'll see you in the next video. Mountie out.